With UFC 321 on the verge, excitement is growing as fans await the long-awaited heavyweight showdown. Ciryl Gane enters the fight determined to break Tom Aspinall's streak of quick finishes and prove he can be one to stop the champion's early dominance. Ciryl Gane plans to take Tom Aspinall into the later rounds for the first time in his career. Aware that Aspinall has finished every opponent early, often in the opening round, Gane focuses on controlling the distance and setting the tempo. He feels confident in his conditioning and strategy, aiming to push Aspinall into deeper waters and see how he handles a longer, more demanding fight.
Considering that Tom has 100% finish rate, he finished all of his fights mostly in the first round, never fought out of the second round. What is the game planning going against a fighter like this when you know it's not going to go for decision, most likely?
Everybody know my strength, everybody know his strength also. I can do very well to manage my distance and go to the second round. But even a different way. If I want, I can go also really fast at the very first round and maybe to go on the deep water with Tom Aspinall this year.
So you're ready to take him to deep water for the first time in his career?
Yeah, probably.
Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Tom Aspinall reacts with confidence to Ciryl Gane's comment about taking him into deep waters, joking that everyone who has used that phrase against him ended up getting knocked out early. He praises Gane as a highly skilled and proven fighter who has stayed among the division's elite for years, earning multiple title shots. Aspinall dismisses any talk of it being an easy fight, stressing that he has treated this matchup with full seriousness and is ready for a tough battle.
Did he actually use the word deep waters?
He did.
Everybody who said the word deep waters gets knocked out in the first minute. Go back and check the media that you've done. So, I'm pretty happy with that. That's good. I think there's this notion with the media and maybe the fans that Cyryl's not very good, which is just complete. I think that he's really, really good. He's super talented. He's been at the top of the division for a number of years, which is not easy to do. He's been an interim champion himself. He's obviously had 2 title shots for the undisputed title as well. So I think the guy's really good. I've took him extremely, extremely seriously. The fact that people expect it to be an easy fight, I don't read into that at all. I think I'm prepared for a really, really hard fight.
Tom Aspinall points out that fans are used to seeing him end fights quickly, but this time he plans to take a different approach. Confident in having one of the best heavyweight teams and training partners in the world, he says their strategy will focus on patience and control. With a hint of humor, he mentions that instead of another fast finish, he might just win a boring split decision to prove he can handle any kind of fight.
I think everybody's seen me go in there and get quick finishes. So me and I've got one of the best heavyweight teams in the world, if not the best heavyweight team, some of the best minds in the game, some of the best training partners in the game. We actually discussed and we've shown what we can do, shown how dangerous I am, and we're going to switch it up this time and we're going to go out there and win a boring split decision.
Ciryl Gane explains that every top heavyweight has their own strengths and weaknesses, including Tom Aspinall. He describes Aspinall as a new generation fighter, big, technical, and quick, similar to himself but with a unique style that sets him apart from legends like Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou.
You're going to be the only fighter that has fought Tom, Jon Jones, and Francis, who people think are 2 of the best heavyweights ever. When you watch Tom fight, do you see anything that he has that stands out compared to Francis and Jon?
Everybody have his strength, everybody have the weakness. The particularity of Tom Aspinall is he's well-rounded. He's a huge fighter. He's a new breed like me, technical and fast, so he's different.
Ciryl Gane feels more relaxed heading into his fight with Tom Aspinall than he did before facing Jon Jones or Francis Ngannou. Reflecting on those past experiences, he recalls how the media attention and hype around the Ngannou bout created heavy pressure, while the Jones fight brought slightly less. Now, with greater experience and composure, Gane approaches the Aspinall matchup with a calmer mindset and fewer distractions.
You've been in big fights, like they just mentioned, with Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou. Now, looking at this fight with Tom, how would you compare the pressure leading up to those fights to this one?
My feeling, I remember, because I got an experience now, less pressure. I remember my first big fight, I'm going to say big fight against Francis Ngannou. I remember because also the storytelling and the fight week was huge also, like many media to do, many stuff to do. More pressure for Ngannou, a little bit less for Jones, and less for Tom Aspinall.
Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall looks ahead to what could come after his fight with Ciryl Gane, expecting the winner to face whoever comes out on top between Alexander Volkov and Jailton Almeida. He jokes about it sounding like a tag team matchup, but clarifies that it's simply winner versus winner. Aspinall believes the UFC will naturally set up that night next, with the title likely on the line for the victor.
Should you overcome Ciryl Gane, who do you really see left in the heavyweight division? And I know everyone's talking about John Jones, Alex Pereira, but I quite like the sound of Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira. What about that?
I don't know, whatever the UFC want to do. I think it's pretty obvious that they're going to do the winner versus winner. Me and Gane versus Volkov and Almeida. Sorry. Yeah, not like a tag team match. It sounded like I was doing it like a tag team then. No, the winner of us versus the winner of them. I think it's going to be next for the heavyweight title.
Tom Aspinall also recognizes that Ciryl Gane presents a unique challenge. He respects Gane's smooth movement and high-level athleticism, noting that his style is different from other heavyweights. Aspinall expects the fight to push both fighters to their limits, with stamina and composure likely deciding the outcome.
No, I think this is just another fight for me.
Sick.
Okay. I don't like to put that kind of pressure on myself. It's just like, I got to fight, I got an opponent, we got to work towards that. Cyryl's like really good as well, so
He's fucking sick.
He's good, and I think he brings a whole new challenge that I've not really had before. The same that I have with him. He's just like, his style is different to a lot of heavyweights. He moves really well.
Yeah.
He's nimble. He's super fit, super athletic. I think we're both going to be in a stage where I think to get to him, we both need to be pretty exhausted.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's not something that I've really had to deal with too much before. A lot of heavyweights quite slow and ploddy. He isn't like that at all. So I think we both need to, I need to be super, super fit, and I need to get to a stage where both of us are slowed down a little bit before I get to it. Which I like it. New challenge. I love it.
On the other hand, Ian Gary expects the matchup between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane to be short and explosive, possibly ending in the first round. He considers Aspinall a special talent among heavyweights and believes that regardless of how quickly the fight finishes, what truly matters is Aspinall retaining his belt and proving he's the clear number one in the division.
I don't see that fight getting out of the first round. Right. I think Tom is phenomenal. I think he's absolutely the best heavyweight we've ever seen in the UFC. I said to him, it sucks to win the belt that way, to be the champion this way, that no one's going to remember that in 3 fights' time. They're just going to remember what you've done and that you are the champion of the world and you're the best in the division, and that's it.
Light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira believes Ciryl Gane's constant movement and unpredictable rhythm could cause early problems for Tom Aspinall. He thinks Gane's slick footwork and defensive style might disrupt Aspinall's timing, especially since most of Aspinall's past opponents have been more aggressive and easier to track.
What do you think about Aspinall and Ciryl Gane? Like who do you think he will win? And is the winner something that interests him?
Cara, ali é uma luta assim difícil, né? Mas o Tom Aspinall, campeão, vem mais confiante. Mas assim, eu vejo que ele lutou com atletas também assim, muito agressivo, entendeu? E ele tá levando a melhor ali, mas acho que o Ciryl Gane ele é um cara assim mais, que movimenta mais. É um cara que não gosta de se expor, entendeu? Um pouco ali de medo e tal. Então, quando você tem um certo medo, um receio, você acaba não tomando muitos golpes. Então, a gente vai ver. Vamos ver, porque de repente ele pode frustrar um pouco, né? O Tom Aspinall ali, de passa ali primeiro, segundo, terceiro round, vai levando pro final. A gente não sabe como que ele vai se comportar também.
It's a tough fight, you know. Tom is a complete fighter. But I do feel like he's fought a lot of aggressive guys. And I think Gane is a guy who's going to do a lot of movement. He's going to be a little more cautious and you know, just moving around a lot. It might frustrate Tom. You know, so first, second, third round, maybe Tom can't find Ciryl Gane. So I I think it's going to be a different fight. We'll see.
Daniel Cormier discusses the long-anticipated clash between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane, acknowledging that it's a fight fans wanted for quite some time. He believes many underestimate how close the matchup really is, arguing that both heavyweights have the tools to win and that the outcome will depend on who executes their game plan better on fight night.
And we finally got Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Chill, we've been screaming about this Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane for a long time. UFC 321, Tom minus 325, Gane plus 260. We finally got the fight, but the world doesn't seem to believe, Chael, that it's a close fight. And I don't really agree with that line. I think this fight is much closer. Tom Aspinall minus 325, Ciryl Gane plus 265.
Michael Bisping views the fight as a classic heavyweight showdown where one mistake could change everything, but feels Tom Aspinall's ground game gives him the upper hand. He notes that Aspinall's years of jiu-jitsu training under his father make him especially dangerous if the fight goes to the mat. While Bisping acknowledges Ciryl Gane's striking ability, which one made Francis Ngannou rely on wrestling, he still favors Aspinall to come out on top.
This is heavyweight MMA, but Tom Aspinall can grapple. We've seen him take people down. He's done jiu-jitsu since he was about 15 years old. His dad is going to be on his case, and that's an absolute fact, saying, hey, you're not messing with this guy. Take him down, show him what you can do, show the world your grappling capability. Remember, Ciryl Gane turned Francis Ngannou into a wrestler, okay? So he's a very, very credible threat on the feet. But of course, I do fancy Tom Aspinall to get the job done. The fact that he isn't fighting John Jones is insane, but we've talked about that till the cows come home, so I'm not going to bore you on that subject anymore. But just you wait. John Jones is probably going to pop up on Twitter if he doesn't beat Ciryl Gane as fast as what John did.
Furthermore, MMA Guru expresses excitement for the matchup and expects Tom Aspinall to end it quickly, possibly within the first round. He points out that if Tai Tuivasa was able to land clean shots on Ciryl Gane, that a faster and more technical striker like Aspinall has an even greater chance of securing an early finish.
Maybe the UFC is really back. But Aspinall versus Gane, scary matchup. I think Aspinall's going to win by KO in the first round. If Tai Tuivasa can ever drop you on your ass in an MMA fight after you've beaten him up for the whole first round, if he can find a way to find your chin in that second round and drop you at any point in your career, I think Aspinall will find it in the first round, and I do think we'll see a first round Tom Aspinall KO.
MMA Guru suggests that a win over Ciryl Gane could shift fan opinions, especially among those who have long supported John Jones. Even so, he leaned towards Tom Aspinall, explaining that while Gane's striking is top tier, his lack of ground defense could cost him against a more complete and versatile fighter like Aspinall.
You know, if Ciryl Gane wins, my life will crumble before my very eyes. You understand this, right? We can't have Ciryl Gane win. There's gonna be a conglomerate of MMA fans that are suspiciously pro Gane here for no reason whatsoever. Okay? Now, these may be considered former John Jones fans that now have nowhere to go because Jones retired, that will now pretend to be Ciryl Gane fans and pretend to want Ciryl Gane to win for the good of the sport. I just think he's way better. Tom Aspinall's the correct prediction. It is a very risky matchup. Ciryl Gane is very, very technical. Ciryl Gane is harder to hit than any former opponent of Tom Aspinall. I just think his grappling is a weakness, and he'll be thinking about that in a fight with Tom. And while you're thinking about that, you've also got to think about being knocked out with any punch you get hit with. So it's just a lot for Gane to worry about.
Meanwhile, Benoit Sandini expresses a strong belief in Ciryl Gane's chances against Tom Aspinall, convinced this is the moment France earns its first UFC champion. Having spent more time training and working with Gane recently, he feels assured of Gane's focus, growth, and readiness to deliver his best performance yet.
How do you think he does against Tom?
To be honest, I think we are gonna finally have our first French UFC champion. I think Ciryl, I've been talking with him. I have been taking more time with him this year than the past years, talking and training and yeah.
Benoit Sandini is confident that Ciryl Gane's hard work and discipline will pay off in his pursuit of the title. He praises Gane's athleticism and preparation, saying his focus and consistency set him apart from most heavyweights. Sandini predicts a smart and technical fight, but believes Gane's endurance and strategy will allow him to edge out Tom Aspinall over 5 rounds.
I think he's ready, and I think he has this fire inside him of wanting to become champion, working out since a long time. He's not talking a lot this past month, but he has been doing a real good job, and he has been working hard, and I do believe he's an exceptional athlete, even for the heavyweight division. And on 5 rounds, I do believe he's gonna beat Tom Aspinall, and I cannot wait to see it, because of course it's gonna be tactical and very high level stuff, but I do believe Ciryl can do it, and he will.
Moreover, Henry Cejudo views the clash between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane as a major test for both men, especially because Gane's athleticism and movement can disrupt Aspinall's usual rhythm. He believes the fight will reveal how well Aspinall adapts when facing a heavyweight who can match his speed and skill. Cejudo also thinks that the outcome might influence Jon Jones' next move and whether he decides to chase another title fight.
You give him the one contender, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people, and I think that'll be a big indication if Jon Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
Kamaru Usman points out that Ciryl Gane doesn't always get the recognition he deserves for his technical ability and fluid movement inside the cage. At the same time, he praises Tom Aspinall's sharp boxing and explosive finishing power, calling both men elite in their own ways. Usman views their upcoming matchup as a true battle between two of the most skilled heavyweights in the division.
Ciryl Gane is, people forget how fantastic he is. A guy that can kind of float around the octagon, touch you, kick you, hit you with elbow. He's just a complete game. But man, Tom's movement, his boxing, speed, and his power, it's very, very difficult to doubt this man anymore.
That's it for today's video. So what do you think about the matchup? Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Please share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.